Oh my god!
That shit ain't got activated. Saw the money ain't got activated. Saw the money ain't got activated. Saw that money ain't got activated. I saw that money ain't got activated.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I start out with saying today every time. Pretty much in this video is gonna be like a garage project slash no real goal in this video. Kind of just kind of go over things. So as you guys know, we pulled the engine and transmission out of this truck, which is getting an LS swap and 4-link rear suspension and pretty much getting built up from the frame. Said 1,000 times, you guys already know that. Still have the engine and transmission here, which in the last video I told you guys, you know, I'm really just trying to get rid of it. Well, we supposedly have a buyer coming to get it today, and he seems like he's gonna come and get it. He's got a hard body, he's got a blown up engine. So yeah, so it sounds like he's gonna get it. So pretty much our main goal today is to pull this thing outside, kind of get it ready for him to pick up, and then start cleaning up in here. Ideally, I would like to get the cab off this thing like pretty much as soon as possible. I am actually off of work for like the next week, just so I took some time off work to kind of focus some on the projects, pump out some videos, and some other stuff that I've got going on in the background. So originally took the time off to go on a vacation, and then kind of decided that, you know, if it just didn't make sense for me to go on vacation, especially when I'm not rich yet. So but yeah, so the kind of the update on this hard body is we finished the diff. We made the one video drifting it and stuff. Literally the next day the rear end broke. So pretty much the conclusion I've came to is that my welder is not strong enough to actually penetrate the gears. The welds and everything are doing what they're supposed to, but it's not sticking. So pretty much what's happening is they'll hold and then eventually they just come off. So the last time we welded the diff, it lasted a really long time actually, and eventually it broke. This one literally lasted a day, and it was because we welded plates on. Well, those plates broke off and fell down inside the diff and caused some of this to happen. So not so sure if the diff's usable after this. Nothing else is broke, it just those plates took a little bit of these teeth off right here. We might try and send it and use it anyways. I'm not 100% sure yet. Canon had told me to kind of try to put some backlash paint on the gears and see if it actually touches there, or you know what the deal is with that. Just because you can't buy the third members, you have to buy a whole axle, and that's just like so stupid because I already have 2 axles laying around. So that's kind of the update with that. I'd like to get this thing fixed and up and going ASAP, because it's I don't want it sitting. So try not to blob on, but I kind of want to make sure I cover everything. So I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to get this out of the way. Oh, he's buying those seats too, apparently. So get the seats out there, start cleaning stuff up, and then kind of figure out, you know, if we are gonna be able to, what we got to do to get this cab off is pretty much what we're gonna figure out next. So pretty much anything attached to the firewall, I'm just gonna cut all the brake lines, fuel lines, anything that's attached. I'm just gonna cut them, or maybe if they're easy to disconnect, I'll disconnect them, just because we are gonna run new lines no matter what. So yeah. Okay, so we got the front cab bolts out, literally super easy, because they literally just snapped off, like with literally hardly any strength at all. They just snapped clean off. And then got the steering shaft disconnected, cut the brake lines that are connected to the frame, on both sides. I think there's some part of the harness that goes in the cab underneath the truck that is attached to the frame. I believe it may go to the rear signals, but got that out. And so pretty much hypothetically the cab should lift off. I think what we're gonna do is kind of stuff a jack and some boards under the rocker on this side. Okay guys, a little bit of jump in time. Our engine is gone. Finally sold the engine out of this hard body. The dude that bought it was actually super duper cool. One of those rare occasions when you meet someone and like they just end up being super dope. Literally talked to the dude for like an hour, and honestly it might have been more than an hour, I'm not sure, but he looked at the trucks and stuff. He actually owns a lot of 240s, owns a Skyline, owns a Laurel, has a lot of cool stuff. So it's really cool being able to talk to him, because I don't really have a lot of friends with stuff like that, so like being able to ask him questions and him kind of like giving his input on these two things was pretty dope. So always a good thing when you meet people and you know, they're not douchebags and they're pretty cool. So aside from that, haven't got to mess with the cab yet. Well, we haven't got to lift the cab up yet or separate it. I think we're gonna try that right now, and then we'll go over our costs, what we made versus what we have invested, and then yeah. Alright guys, I think that's gonna wrap up. Alright, so this is how far we've gotten. The cab is completely detached. I'll show you guys something that'll really make you cringe, because I know it made me cringe doing it. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a whole wiring harness I just cut in half. I figured, you know, the new cab will probably come with it, and if not, I'm most likely not even going to use whatever that is. So yeah, plus I was not really trying to mess with trying to get it unplugged. Aside from that, everything is disconnected. The cab moves freely. I was really hoping I could do this by myself, but there's just no way. And it's way too dangerous. As you guys saw in the time lapse, I was really trying, but there's just no way. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna get it off. I highly doubt I'll be able to get enough people over here at one time to be able to get it off. We'll see though. It's probably gonna take like at least 4 to 5 people to lift this thing up, because I want to carry it around to the back side of the garage, because I don't want this ugly looking thing sitting in my driveway. So unfortunately we got to figure that out, and we really can't move forward without getting the cab off, because that's the last piece of the puzzle. So hopefully the homies are willing to come over and help me out. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get them all over here though to be able to get it off. Maybe 3 people might be able to do it. That's 2 people lifting back here and 1 person dragging the hoist. The thing about 3 people is, once we get the cab off and outside, we can't drag the hoist through the grass. So I am really happy with how the frame and stuff looks underneath this though. I mean, it's obviously has surface rust and stuff, and then there's the one hole in the back side of there that I knew about, but aside from that, this thing's looking to be in fair shape. Of course, all the brake lines and fuel lines are rusted out, which is exactly why I didn't care to rip them all off, because they're all going to get replaced anyways. So hopefully we can get this cab off in the next clip, and you know, get this thing down to the bare frame and start working. It's a lot of work, and probably a lot of years before this thing is done, but that's fine, because it'll be one of the best and well put together vehicles I've built, and that's fine with me. And I know it's going to take time, so yeah. And what do we got here? Got our nice little welded diff back. Big shout out to Canon for that. Did it for $3. That's the best deals. $3. So big shout out to him for welding that up for us, and hopefully fingers crossed, we can just toss this thing in there and it'll rip. It does have some ring gear damage, but I think we're just gonna send it and see what it does. I mean, at this point I can take this whole rear axle apart pretty easy in a fairly quick amount of time, so I guess it won't hurt to try. So I'm gonna throw that in there. Haven't got anywhere with this. I don't have anyone to help me get the cab off, so I'm still trying to sort that out. I want to get that diff in there, go drive and wash this thing. That is, of course, if it's fixed. And yeah, I don't need to show you guys too much on this, considering we've done it like 3 times. So got it all back together. Wheels and everything's tightened. Everything's back together and tight. I just have to go get some diff fluid real quick, and we'll be ready to rip in this thing. All right, got her full of diff fluid. Gonna go ahead and, this thing hadn't been started in probably about a couple weeks, so we'll start it up and see how it goes, I guess. So I'm not sure how much you guys can hear or see because I've got my head mount on, but we're gonna go for our first test drive. Oh yeah, she scrapes just a little bit. Okay, so the diff definitely is locked. She got that welded diff top to her. We're gonna go test, we're gonna go to the gas station first, put gas in this thing, and make sure it's all good to go. So far I don't notice any abnormal noises or anything yet. It did just, it's rev hanging right now. I don't know why it did that. Very weird vibration, or not a vibration, yeah, like a noise, but I don't know if that's the diff or what that is. Something's definitely vibrating pretty bad. Once it gets higher in the RPMs, it goes away though. And once you let off, it goes away too. I don't know what that's about. It doesn't sound like it's diff related, but it could be, I guess. Road's a little bumpy, but we're gonna see if this thing lasts. Oh, it survived that. Oh shit. Okay, it survived one clutch kick, so that's good news. I still don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I'm just really hoping you can. Again, we really need to raise this thing, as you can tell. It's like banging off the ground and stuff, so. Honestly, you can just kind of go and turn and just mash the gas. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick little circle, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of scared. He said he's doing a quick circle. I don't think he knows where reverse is. Oh, maybe not. I thought you were gonna hit that freaking stump.
He's squealing. Look like a pig in fucking.
Right there? Yeah, probably. What? What's happening now? Don't do that. You're gonna destroy your truck. What?
What do you say? Wall tap the stump?
I guess. What is happening? Oh my God.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Dad! Dad! Yes! Yes! Yes!
What? The taillight.
I'm so happy.
Here.
I'm so happy right now. This nigga's screaming. That's not even that bad. That'll push out. Oh, it's pretty bad, low key, but first little tap, not even going to the track yet. That's gonna be pretty much it for this video. Super duper fun, not gonna lie. Had a blast. This thing it's just so much fun. Definitely need to do some more stuff to dial it in and get it right, like I say 100 times. Here's the damage. She's a little abused, but I'm not really that worried about it. I kind of accepted the fact that I was gonna hit the stump no matter what. And the reason why I'm not really that mad, and that's the reason why I did this, is one, because this is a drift missile. I'm probably gonna wreck it at some point. And two, the bed on this truck is pretty trashed. Now, if it was the front clip, I'd be a little upset, but the bed will, you know, need replaced at some point anyways, or just kind of leave it how it is and just beat on it. But I might try and push the dent out, depending on how easy it is. But aside from that, guys, I think that's gonna be it. Like I said, this thing's just a blast, and it just runs and runs and runs, so can't complain too much. But I'll see you guys in the next video. In the next video, we should be doing a lot of work on the LS swapped hard body, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.
Put them in a coffin, they were the ingredient, loving my flavor. Been swimming in the money, now I turned into a sailor. Y'all don't know the recipe, I'm so saucy. They still trying to figure out, put